Hello, good day. This is OlusolaLive, and today I have a guest with me, and his name is
Gbenga Shadara.
Yes, this is Gbenga Shadara, and we're here in the beautiful city of Sheffield, South Yorkshire, in England, in the United Kingdom, at Sheffield University, in the School of Sociology, or do you call it Department of Sociology?
Department of Sociological Studies.
Oh, Department of Sociological Studies. Excuse me. Well, welcome to my channel, and I'm going to be interviewing Mr. Gbenga Shadara, soon to be doctor once he finishes his PhD.
Amen.
Amen. And I have a very simple question for you. Okay? And here we go. How does loving a woman empower the man doing the loving? I would like you to talk to us and share a little bit about your life with us, because you are a very interesting person.
Okay. All right, before I start, let me just welcome all the viewers and friends of this channel to this blog. Welcome. My name is Gbenga, and we're in Sheffield in my school, in my department. Sociological Studies in a place called Sheffield. It's actually a beautiful place. Before I answer the question, I just want to encourage you to please subscribe to this channel and support this channel, because this woman right here, she's a powerhouse. She's a great woman.
Thank you.
She's asked me a question for the benefit of viewers and for all of us. How does loving a woman how does it become empowering
to the person that's doing the loving?
Because first of all, well, that's a very good question, let me say. And that question is what we need to be addressing in every relationship. Because to start with, we often hear people say a love is a two-way street. And what that essentially means that what you put in a relationship is what you get out of a relationship.
Okay.
So for love to be empowering, it has to work on, it has to be rooted in and founded upon or predicated upon giving.
Oh, giving. Like
giving
what?
Of yourself.
Okay.
Giving of your time, making a commitment, making an investment into a relationship. And that is empowering to both the giver and the receiver.
Oh, okay.
And when it becomes standard practice in a relationship, then that fuels the relationship and strengthens the bond between the two of them.
Okay.
So that is how it becomes empowering.
Okay. So can you give us some examples from your life?
Yeah, my life.
Okay.
I was married to a beautiful woman, and can I say this?
Yeah.
That woman was a carbon copy of this lady right here.
Oh.
Yes, my lady, she was very much like you. I mean, it's sitting next to you, it's like sitting next to my wife. Very everything about you, just like twins, you know. And I made up my mind. The first thing for me was, when I went to that relationship, I told myself that I was going to love my wife.
Okay.
I told myself that. And I remember on the day of our engagement, everybody was running around the whole place. There was a party atmosphere.
Okay.
And people were just enjoying themselves. And then I said to her, I said, can I see you? And I'd like to see you in private. Of course, saying that to your bride on a day of engagement.
I know, panic.
Was
sheer
scary.
Panic.
And I said, no, there's no problem. It's good. It's all good.
Okay.
And she smiled. I said, no. I said, no. And I called her. I said, we need to have this conversation in private place. And we went into a room in our parents' house.
Okay.
In Bodija, in Ibadan.
So you were a good boy.
And I went to just one of the rooms, you know, I think some people were staying there who came for the celebration. And we shut the door. And I said to her, and I looked at her, I said, look at me. I said, this is for real. And this is forever. I said, we are not breaking up. There won't be divorce in our dictionary. I remember I used that word.
Okay.
And I said to her that we don't need third party when we have issues between us. That we will resolve things and we will try and seek God.
Amen.
And godly counsel.
Amen.
And I promised her that very day that I was going to be faithful and I was going to be a real man. And when I was talking, I teared up. because I meant every word that came out of my mouth.
Okay.
And she said, "Is that what you wanted to tell me?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Oh my God." And she thanked me. And I vouched from that moment on that I was going to live the very words that I spoke to her. Because how is love empowering?
Yeah, to the person
love
that's doing.
must be spoken. Love must be verbalized. And the more you verbalize the word love in your deeds, the more you communicate the action, the act of loving, and the action of loving to somebody else. And the more you believe it, the more it's empowered. The more you actually live it, the more you become what you say.
But what about most men that say they have a hard time putting their feelings into words, and they're silent, and they say that the woman talks too much or is trying to make them like her girlfriend so that they can say stuff she wants to hear? What would you say to people like that?
I would say to people like that they need to detach themselves from their culture. They need to get
male
themselves,
culture?
No, not male culture. They need to get their mindsets, removed from the cultural norms or belief system
that men don't talk.
that they were brought up on.
Okay.
Because we are all products of our environment.
Yeah.
And sometimes some cultural practices do not promote good relationship in the modern age. They actually hinder it.
Okay.
Because in societies, in paternalistic societies, men are not supposed to be seen as weak. Or, when I say as weak, they are not supposed in quotes. They're not supposed to be. They're not supposed to be effeminate in any way. They are not supposed to express their feelings. They're not supposed to communicate the way they feel to a woman. They're not supposed to even tell a woman.
Vulnerable.
Because that exposes their vulnerability. That makes them weak. That may suggest that they are not actual real men.
Okay.
A man is supposed to be strong. A man is supposed to be virile. A man is supposed to be
rough and tough.
Yes, tough. So sometimes those cultural norms, practices can limit how a man in modern times, how a man can become a good lover or a good husband or a good partner in a relationship. So that's that. I hope I'm able to make that clear.
No, you have. So what you're saying in effect is that you've been able to articulate these things to her. So what happened to her? Where is she now? Because you said was.
Yeah, she passed on 10 years ago, and we had a fantastic marriage. We were married for 16, 17, 18 years, I can't remember. It was 17 years actually. And we had a fantastic marriage. It was a good marriage. Okay. She was a good woman. And one of the things that I also learned was that I submitted myself to her.
Okay, can you speak louder?
I submitted myself to her to help me with my own weaknesses, my shortcomings. Okay. I think the other thing about...
So you are accountable?
I was accountable. The other thing that men from the part of the world where we come from need to understand is that...
What part of the world do we come from?
We're from the part of Africa where we come from.
Oh, really? Okay.
We are doing this, by the way, in Sheffield, so that's far from Africa. Some 6,000 and she's from Canada, if you get my drift. Yeah. Anyway, so one of the things, and this is not just Africa, it's in Asia, it's in Latin America, it's even some parts of Oceania, and all that, even in some traditional societies. One of the things that men need to understand is that when you are in a relationship with a woman, she brings in some skill set to that relationship.
Yes.
And sometimes learning from her some of those skills can complete that marriage, can enhance the functioning of that relationship. Okay. For instance, let me break it down. For instance, most men are not domesticated. or some men do not have domesticated skills.
What do you mean by domesticated?
Some men they can't cook, they can't do home, they can't clean, they find it below or beneath them.
Okay.
Because of the kind of paternalistic environment.
The women did everything for them.
Women
if they had sisters, the sisters did it, the guys didn't.
The guys didn't do any chores at home. Domestic chores is not part of their remit.
Okay. All right.
As a man. And it's supposedly anti-masculinity. You know.
All right.
And so what happens
Interesting.
When they get into that kind of environment and a woman has a career job and she comes back home and she's tired and she has to still do those things, and the man is just sitting down on TV expecting his food to be brought to him on a plate, and they don't understand that they need to provide some help, assist or support the woman. That is when tensions begin to arise.
Absolutely. I would be pissed off.
And sometimes women also they expect some things from the man. They expect that maybe, so for instance, we're talking about house chores, still on the subject of house chores for your domestic chores.
Yes.
If there are things to be done in the house, like to sort some things out, domestically, to make sure that
vacuum cleaning, laundry,
ironing,
dishes, cooking.
It's not. You don't have to wait for a woman to tell you.
Absolutely.
However, in my own case, I was not brought up like that. I had a major weakness when I got married. I was not able to do domestic chores.
Okay.
The only thing I was good at was reading and talking, and just reading books, talking. I wasn't, because I was brought up in a house where I was surrounded by women.
Okay.
And house helps and servants, and things were literally done for me.
Okay.
But when I got to university, I realized that I was going to be a man, living away from my parents.
Yes, on your own. You were going to be responsible for your own food and clothing.
When I was in the university, I was taking my clothes home to be washed and to be ironed.
What?
For me, my mom was doing ironing, and everybody was ironing and cleaning my clothes for me.
So you were spoiled.
I was. If you're looking for a proper spoiled boy, I was. Okay. Even my siblings always complained to my parents that I was spoiled. I was the only one who was never allowed to touch anything in the house. Food was ready. Hey, Gbenga, come and have me food. I sit down and eat the food. But what happened? I had my moments with destiny. I will put it like, and I'm coming to that. When I went out, I befriended a guy, and he's still my friend, my very good friend. I won't mention his name because he might be embarrassed. I befriended him, and his mom just took a liking to me.
You can give us his initials, though.
I will call him Azo. I will just call it, okay, everybody knows him now.
Okay.
Call him Azo. Lovely chap. And I used to go to their house, and then the things I was not doing at home,
you were doing it there.
I started doing it in their house, and I was doing it with joy, with gusto. And then I would go back home to my old self.
And then you won't do anything when you go home.
I won't do anything. But at least I was able to prove to myself that I could do those things, and that I wasn't unable or incapable.
So let's bring that back now to when a man loves a woman.
When a man loves a woman, truly loves a woman, you will do things for her. You will go outside of your comfort zone for her. You will break boundaries for her.
Okay.
You will not only protect and defend her, you will support her. You will, when she's
privately or publicly?
Publicly and privately. I mean, love is supposed to be demonstrated.
From the rooftop? Or from the bedroom?
From everywhere.
Okay.
If love is only restricted to the bedroom, I don't think that's love.
Thank you.
Love has to be demonstrated everywhere. The only way people can see love that you have for somebody else is when you are in the public space and they can feel the love, because these things can be felt.
Yes.
It's perceivable.
Tangible.
It's tangible, yes.
Yeah.
So people need to experience the loving.
So how does that empower you that you're doing the loving? How does that empower you?
How does it empower me? It empowers me in the first way, by making me feel good with myself.
Okay.
There's a feel good element to it. I think it's also about honor.
Okay.
Every man, and most men who are listening to this probably will understand where I'm coming from. Every man wants to be seen as a man. And I tell you that one of the qualities of manhood is to love a woman and show that love and be empowered in the process of loving that woman. Or love your children. And that means that when you actually love the person, you will let people know that this is somebody you care so much about. And it's a good thing that actually, to all the good men out there, a lot of good men are doing what I'm saying. Now, what I'm saying to some good men is just, oh, he's talking about me. Some people, men who are watching this program now, they probably say, oh, that's what I do on a daily basis. But probably this is not for those men. But we are talking about raising a generation of men who will show that they can stand by their women, support them in good and bad times, and be there for them. That is how love is empowering. Because there is an energy that comes from helping someone. The same way you reach out to somebody, I'm sure many people have had people who do good for someone when they see somebody who really needs help. Maybe people are raising fund or fundraising for something, a cause or something that people clearly see a need to support, and they do it. I've often had, as a researcher, people have said, oh, I felt good doing that. I felt good doing that. And the truth of the matter is that it feels good to love somebody. I think we all know this song.
Go for it.
It's so good loving somebody. And somebody loves you back. And that's a fact. To be loved and be loved in return is the only thing that my heart desire. To appreciate that knowing and loving somebody loving somebody is empowering, because love is a two-way street. Love is giving and receiving, and it goes on and on.
Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for showing up and sharing and showing up.
And thank you for coming to this rather small place of ours in Sheffield.
No, it's a pleasure.
Thanks for coming all the way from Canada.
It's a
pleasure having you. It's a pleasure being on your channel.
You're welcome. Thank you. And thank you, our listeners. And tune in for the next interview. Have a good day. Bye for now.